disorders of the skin and how one might orient to that. And so I thought we would toss some of those things out and see if there's anything interesting in any of that. So let's talk about psoriasis, which is, really substantive problem for people. So one psychoanalytic attitude is that the responsibility and burden that somebody is carrying can be symbolized by these plaques of skin.
Mm.
And that as the skin is kind of peeling off, that can symbolize a sense of divided loyalties.
Mm.
And where that shows up on the body and suggest where this might be relevant in the psyche, particularly connected to the history of what has happened in those body areas. So with psoriasis and eczema, often the dermis, the skin, is growing too quickly. And so it's throwing off the superficial layers of the skin, which is revealing unformed skin cells, consequently are not prepared to be exposed to air and touch and other things. So they look kind of red and raw, but they're not raw because anything's been done to them. They're raw because they came out into the world prematurely. So that's an interesting psychological process, and we might ask, as well as, of course, treating the symptom compassionately, where do you feel forced to come forward prematurely? And was that part of the childhood? We could imagine that if you were raised by parents that had a lot of idealized fantasies on a child, they might force the child to be precocious, to have to do things before they're ready, because the parent needs the child to carry some sense of superiority or talent that the child may not be ready to evidence or to bring forward. That's internalized as a pattern. There's an idea that the skin could reveal that as a tendency in the psyche.
Our Patreon has had a makeover. There's lots of new content and ways to engage with us. Patrons